So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and tonight I'm joined again by Señorita Sabrosura. Señorita, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. So, yes, we recently did a video on her channel for
Yeah.
the Smile. I'll put the link at the end if you haven't seen that one over her channel. But today we're here because I picked an album and I told Señorita, like, hey, I think you will dig this. And it's the brand new album by Chelsea Wolfe. And here's the cover. And it's called She Reaches Out to She Reaches Out to She. It's it's a mouthful, but yeah. So this is the album cover, and for people that don't know, Chelsea Wolfe has been around now like for 10 plus years, and she is a mixture of like gothic rock with folk, with some industrial metal, but
Yeah.
also like electronic music, all that mixed into one. And this is her seventh album. And her follow-up to 2019's, I think it was called Birth of, I can't remember the name right now, but it was a more folky album than this one. But Señorita you've never listened to her, right?
I think I heard her name and I have listened maybe to one or two songs, but I have never paid attention. But I'm so glad that you recommend this album. It really it's my vibe. So
Yeah.
you got it right. Yeah.
Yes, it's not Devil Driver.
I think it's a great album. If you don't know who Chelsea Wolfe is, I think it's a great album to know her.
Yeah, so yeah, this is her seventh album, and her it's something like a little backstory. It's her first album after she stopped drinking. She's sober now since a
Mhm.
few years, 2020. And also this album was inspired by I was reading a friend that
Witchcraft.
left a
Oh,
toxic relationship. So all of that inspired this album.
and it's also inspired by witchcraft.
Yes, like yeah, she her music is very, like I actually listened to her for the 2019 album is Birth of Violence, which
Okay.
that's a more folky album. But I really became really a fan of hers in 2017 with His Spawn. That's a more metal, that's a more harsher record. But yeah, so she reaches out to she reaches out to she.
She.
Yeah, it's an album that it's 10 tracks. I think it's like 40 minutes in length. So yeah, so we're gonna do like we always do. We're gonna first impressions, and then we're going to talk tracks, and finally at the end we're going to give it a rating, our final thoughts. So Señorita, what were your you already like started, but what were your initial impressions
Well,
listening
the,
to this?
the the first thing that captivated me was her voice. Her voice it's so beautiful, but at the same time like dark, haunting, ethereal, and so full emotions, like full of emotion. Um, it reminded me a little of other singers, but at the same time, it's so different. Uh, and the second thing that captivated me was the music. I like the elements of God, industrial, um, and you can see like it's heavily influenced by trip hop, bands like Portishead, Massive Attack. So I like it. And I listened to the album during the weekend and today again, and I didn't get tired or anything.
Good. That's a good, yeah, that's a good first
Yeah.
impression. So, I actually her last album, the 2019 album, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was bad, but it was too folky on the folky side.
Oh,
And I like when she experiments more like with different genres because his pop
yes.
uh, has a lot of like industrial, dark. Also, I think that's a dark record. You should check out his punk. I
Yeah.
think.
that's another thing. Like it made me wanna go and check. So I went and I explored her other albums. And you're right. I really like. I like the folky one, but because I like that kind of music. But I also love the other one, the one you like.
Yeah, that's my favorite, maybe up to now, because yeah, first impression of this album, I had listened to the singles that she had put out, like House of Self Undoing, I think Tunnel Lights. She put a few singles before it
Yeah.
came out, Salt, and I think Dusk was a single. And I like the vibe because it was kind of dark, but like it even though it's dark, I feel like the music has some hope to it. But yeah,
Yes.
it's really I think it really I think this album captures all of her musical styles into one album. So to me, yeah, I'll leave my final at the end. But yes, I really enjoyed the albums. And actually I liked it that it was more in that electronic side of things.
Yeah,
Uh,
it has like a lot of electronic influences
and I
and
was, yeah,
the beats. Yeah, I think this album is hard to put in one genre.
category, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think that it's
reading that
very electronic
she,
forward.
yeah, that she was inspired by bands like Depeche Mode, the Smashing Pumpkins, the Adore era,
Like,
Nine Inch Nails, uh, Tricky, which is obviously,
yeah,
and others type of things. Uh, but yeah, something that I like about these tracks is the mood. It's a very moody record. There's also elements of jazz. Uh, for example, on Tunnel Lights, it starts with a piano. It's got like that loungy, like I would say dark jazz type of vibe to that song. And her voice, to me, I was trying to remember, like, who do I think of her? I don't know. She kind of reminds me of like a modern PJ Harvey,
mm.
like not completely, but
Uh,
there's I
to
find
me,
some PJ Harvey vibes.
to me, it remind me like Beth Gibbons from Portishead, but like a dark Beth Gibbons,
So maybe Beth Gibbons
like
with
like
PJ
a goth,
Harvey.
yeah, like a mix of like a goth Beth Gibbons, a goth PJ Harvey.
Yeah, because she's also if you haven't heard, she did an album with Converge.
Yeah, I listened to that
Yeah.
one.
So that's something that Chelsea Wolfe has, is that she appeals to a very wide audience, uh,
Yeah,
like metalheads, like people who like folk music, people who like electronic music, because I think like how she mixes everything well, and she doesn't seem out of place, and she can have some dark lyrics that can be darker than most extreme metal bands, in my
yeah,
opinion. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah, my first impressions is I enjoyed it, and I did a poll, and people voted that they wanted me to cover more Infected Rain. I don't know why the fuck, because that's a very
To cover
generic
what?
record. Infected Rain, yeah, it's a band, and people voted more that to talk about this than Chelsea Wolfe. But then something popped in my head. I'm like, I should do this album review with Señorita Sabrosura because I think she will enjoy this one. So I'm glad that I waited, because I don't know about you, but to me, this is an album that you have. It's it's not an instant, like I like it, but you have to listen a few times to get nuances, because it's even though it's
Yeah.
like electronic, you can miss a lot of stuff on the first listen. What do you
Yeah,
think?
even the lyrics, like I have to listen to the songs several times to get the lyrics. Because I was paying more attention to the music first and then the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
paid myself in blood. It's like, wow, that's very metal.
yeah, which song was that? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was like Whisper of the Echo Chamber. Like
Oh
she,
yeah, and that starts the record, and that song, I like it because it starts the record on like a very, it's an electronic, but it's like a very dark electronic with some
Yeah.
guitars in some places that it really sets the mood of the whole record to me, that song. Uh Plus the name is Whispers in the Echo Chamber. You don't get more metal than that the word.
Yeah.
And yeah, she bathes herself in blood. That's a great line.
That's very metal.
That is very metal, yeah, you know. So what tracks are your favorites from this one?
Well, I really like that one as an opener. Like you said, it sets the mood of the album. I love those synced elements that the song has, and but it has like layers, and I think it the lyrics, besides being metal, like it's a song that represents uh her confrontation with her present self. Like she's now doing sobriety. It's not easy. So, and she's like breaking free of all the stuff, all her past and everything. So I really like that song.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I also read that, yeah, that for her, she struggled a lot, like trying to write being sober. like like
yeah, I imagine. Yeah, because she was get used to writing drunk. It's two completely different persons.
yeah.
The other song I like, it's Everything Turns Blue. For me, that's one of the strongest tracks on the album. It sounds very dark, but at the same time, like very upbeat, very edgy, with the industrial influence. What do you think about that song?
Well, that one kind of reminded me of like Nine Inch Nails
Yep.
meets the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it had like the Nine Inch Nails vibes, but the hopefulness of the Smashing Pumpkins in some of the parts. So
Yeah, it's a your mix.
it's a good
Uh,
mix of those songs. So yeah, I think that's a strong one. I think that she also used that as a single, and it yeah it makes sense.
Another favorite was Tunnel Light. I know, because I didn't listen to the singles first. I didn't know it was a single, and then I saw it was a single, and then it has like a video and everything. For me, it's another standout track. This song,
Yeah,
it
that's the dark jazzy one.
yeah, it's like a dark jazzy, but it remind me, and people, I know we're gonna have haters, but and not the voice, but the way of how she's singing, it remind me of Bjork.
And actually, you're not wrong. I
And
was reading.
in the song, like she said, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
don't get you. If you get haters, they don't read because she said she was also inspired by Bjork, and
Okay.
Bjork is fucking weird. Okay,
Yeah, but the way like she's singing here, like remind me of the way Bjork sings sometimes, like the way she uses her voice like an instrument. And in the high notes, it reminds me also of Elizabeth Fraser from Cocteau Twins. She's the one that sings with Massive Attack the Teardrop song.
nice. Yeah,
So it reminded me, and but the music gave me those Portishead Massive Attack vibes. So
yeah.
I really like that song. But my favorite, I think I sent it to you.
Yes, you send
Uh,
it to me.
the whole album, it's Place in the Sun.
Yeah, that one's. It's kind of like beautiful, but haunting at the same time. Uh,
Yes, my I'll tell you why it's my favorite. The
sure.
whole album is like dark and edgy, upbeat, like industrial. And this song, it's very different from the other songs. It's more like uh soft, and it's like a space to breathe in the whole album, like the catharsis moment of the album. And also the title of the song, a place in the song, it's a Stevie Wonder song too, where he says uh there's a place in the song, for we hope for everyone. And this song, she sings, I am safe in this body, I am safe in this heart, I have made it this far to live this life. And she sings so beautiful, so delicate, like it reminds me of the name and the lyrics, like the place that Stevie Wonder was talking, like she's right there.
Yeah, it's a different track.
Yeah.
So yeah, so to me, standout tracks also. I like the album Closer Dusk. I think
Yes.
that was like very ethereal and moody as well. And I
Yeah,
think
how it goes from placing the sun to dusk. I could have been happier with placing the sun being the closer, but I love how it transitions to dusk, and it's very ethereal, like you said. It's a grand finale.
yeah, it's a very good finale. Uh all other I can say I don't think a track that also I thought was good is House of Self Undoing.
Yep.
That one has like industrial vibes, like Depeche Mode type of vibes, like a dark Depeche Mode, I think, with that track as well.
But in that track, the music, it has the Depeche Mode vibe, but it also have like those elements of folksy that she
Mhm.
in the
Yeah, no,
other
there's some
album.
acoustic guitar, folksy guitars on this album.
Mhm.
But I think the use of electronics on this album, I like it because they use electronics with instruments, not as a crutch. Because some
Yeah.
electronic albums sometimes rely too much on electronics. So I think she did it
Talking
very.
about you, Billy.
About who?
Billy. Billy
Yes, yes.
Corgan.
Like this is how to do electronics well, and I don't know why, but she's got she has that. She looks like a female Trent Reznor. Like that, she's super pale and the black hair. And this album, I think she He Spun is one of my favorites from her, but I think this one will challenge that one because I think He Spun is sometimes too abrasive, and I
Mm,
think this one is I think it's an album that really I don't know it's an album that I think brings all the elements that she's done in her career like flawlessly because
yeah.
like she uses like all the elements in almost all of the songs, and it's very cohesive record. uh I can say I don't think there's any weak tracks. There's maybe tracks that I don't like as much as some like the Liminal and Ice like Nightshade. I like less, but they're still good.
Yeah.
But
For
yeah,
me, I like Nightshade could easily be a Massive Attack song. Like the whole song could be a Massive Attack song.
yeah,
But I like it because it's like more melodic, but it has that beat, like it sounds very urgent.
yeah,
Like there's other songs like you said, like they're not as strong as the other one, but they're not bad.
yeah. Maybe one that I would say maybe is the Unseen World. That one is like didn't grab me as much as the other tracks on the record, I think,
Yeah.
but it's still not bad. So yeah, let's give our final thoughts and ratings on She Reaches Out to She Reaches Out to She. Oh, just you know the title by now. It's
Chicken
so
Rich.
long.
Well, for me overall, it's a solid record. I think I will listen to this album more, and I'm curious of what she's gonna do next. Um, and overall, it's a solid record. I will give it like a solid 8.
Solid 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, I think this is a fantastic record. Uh, and I think it's a grower of an album. The more you listen to it, the
Yeah.
more you like. So I actually give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's this good. And I wonder if at the end of the year list, this will be in your picks.
Maybe I like you say it's a grower that eight could change to 9 or 10, and maybe it will be in my top 20.
Yeah, plus she's a new artist for you. You're getting
Yeah,
accustomed to her. you're in the foreplay stages with
Yeah.
with Chelsea Wolfe. Unlike me, that I've listened to her for a while now, and I think I discovered her because she also did a song with an artist called Mirkur. But she does like more like black metal and folksy stuff. But I like Chelsea Wolfe better.
Okay.
So yeah,
And it's gonna be, I think, in March, playing here in Chicago. I would love to see her live.
you. I would. I think that's a good concert to go to, and I think your husband will like this music. So yeah, yeah. I think you should go and send me pics. So yeah, I think overall, like Chelsea Wolfe is an artist that I think can appeal. I think that her strong suit is that she can appeal to a different weight range of audience, except Taylor Swift fans. But but people who like like trip hop, folk music, uh,
God,
goth,
electronic,
industrial, electronic, dark music will dig her. So
perfect.
if you were a fan of, like as you said, Bjork, she's a mixture of Portishead meets Bjork meets PJ Harvey all into one, and then you have Chelsea Wolfe. So we want to know from you people, what do you think of this album? Have you listened to Chelsea Wolfe? Uh, do you think she has that crossover appeal, that she can appeal to different people who like different genres? Because this is a album that's hard to pinpoint into one category, because I
Yeah.
think it has so many categories that I just say that it's a great fucking record.
Yeah.
And right now, in February, it's so far for February releases. I know February just started like a few weeks ago. It's my favorite February album for this month right now. Very impressed with this record. So we will, of course, comment what do you think of this record? What are your favorite tracks? And if you haven't, please subscribe to Señorita Sabrosura channel. She's gonna have more videos. Uh,
Yes.
she got a new laptop, and she'll have her own catchphrase. And right now there's a video. She has a video for the review we did for the Smile, their last album. So I'm gonna post the link so you guys, if you haven't seen it, you can see it. And if you like my videos, do not forget to subscribe and give me a like. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people. I am really getting into the watch hours. So yes, if keep watching, because that gets the channel to more people. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch,
Señorita Sabrosura.
and we'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.